Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to class. Thank you for taking this class. This is one of the 3 masculine cards that we did. You can spice them up and spruce them up any way you like. We left them plain without a sentiment because most of us use our own sentiments or just as a note card for a friend, but you can use them for women as well, of course. These just had colors that leaned a little more masculine and everything we did had flowers. So we were just changing it up a little bit. All right, so you have your 5x7 base. Make sure that the fold is on the correct side. This is really nothing more than layering. You've got your blue piece, followed by your silver piece, followed by your blue piece, followed by your silver piece, followed by blue, but I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna use my hand there, that not every little chat has been taken out, so you wanna grab your pokey tool and just poke out whatever is still there. I'm using my fingernail because I forgot to bring my pokey tool over to the table, but you know what I'm gonna use? I'm going to use the pin from the Barely Art Precision Glue because it's a super long pin, it's great. See, so that worked. So I'm going to put that on top of here. I'm going to put this here, that, and that's how I'm going to layer it. Now, you can make this card however you want. You can pop dot it as much as you want or not at all. The more you pop dot, the nicer it looks, but the more it's going to cost you to mail, so just fair warning here. Oh, look, it didn't even get on there. I'm using the Barely Arts glue because it does dry clear. I like it just as much as I like the art glitter glue, the dries clear. Only the art glitter glue, because we live in New York, reputable places won't send it. I'm not gonna, well, maybe I will pop the next one. I'm gonna run out of foam tape though. But you know what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna pop this, I'm going to glue this first. And this is where the dries clear comes in handy. As I was saying, the reputable places won't send to places like New York in the winter because it freezes the properties of the glue. It causes it to almost lose its adhesion, and it's no good for glue at that point. Trust me, I know it turns to water. And the Barely Art glue does not have that issue. So we have some of this at the store. If you need to add it to your order, ask Christina. It comes with the precision tip, and you don't have to put glue everywhere. And again, you just want the slightest little amounts. Remember, you're not making a scrapbook page, you're making a card. So the scrapbook pages are meant to last, whereas cards, while you would like for them to last, they're not gonna last forever. And we know that. So I'm gonna take this, and I only put it strategically and in the middle. I'm gonna line it right up over the silver. Now it fits not exactly, see, the silver is a little bit bigger. So the other thing that's great about the Dries Clear adhesives, first is that they're wet adhesives, and you should have seen anyway, if you could see where my hands were not, that I put it in a way, and see it's still kind of shifting on the mirror cardstock in a way where it wasn't quite even, and it freaking me out a little bit with my OCD. So I was able to move it around because of the liquid. You can't do that with a dry adhesive. Then, I'm sorry, there was a call coming in. I hope you're not seeing that. So you have that, but you can also probably see in places here where you can see the glue. Yeah, you're gonna see it on mirror cardstock. Sorry about that. But what you can do to fix that problem, hold the glue down while it dries a little bit. It doesn't take very long. You can get either a damp paper towel and wipe it off once your card, once it's dry, or you can take a baby wipe and wipe. Now, you don't want to use your fingernail because depending on the type of paper it is with the mirror or the foil, it'll scrape off and there goes your card. But on a regular card, that's it. So I'm not really going to do it on this just for the sake of time, but that takes it right off. I do it all the time on silver and gold, and it works like a charm. So I am going to use foam tape. Now, you can use whatever you have handy. Oh, we're in trouble because I didn't bring scissors. Okay. Ooh, good thing that ripped. I'm just going to use a piece of tape here, just because I don't want to deal with all of the squares. And the top and the bottom line up. So if I was smart, I would do it this way so I could see. It doesn't matter, it's not gonna be even anyway. It never is with me. Do you have that problem too? I have a problem being straight and everything else. Okay, so that's popped a little bit. So now I'm going to take my silver piece. Now this is again a point where if you wanted to pop this up, then you're going to glue this first. So I'll show you what it looks like since this is a store sample anyway. So, and again, I'm just going to pop on here, maybe a little at the top, a little at the bottom. I'm going to center it as best as I can. I have a card rule where if somebody who's the recipient of one of my cards gets a little too picky about the card and points out the flaws, you know, they just don't get another one. They're off the list. There's no wrong way to do this though. So again, you might be able to see that there's wet glue there. Maybe not with the light and the foil. And again, I would wait until it was dry and then I would buff it on up with that damp, not wet, damp paper towel or baby wipe. And I would do it before I started gluing like this piece on top of this piece. I would definitely do it before that. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can rip this again, and I can. So I'm just gonna layer them like this. Now remember, this could cost you some extra postage if you do it this way. And then you're going to center this as best as you can. It's also weird because normally I have to stand when I craft. What about you? I think it's because I'm short, I can't see. Things get in the way. Ladies, you know what I mean. I'm going to, and if you look, I should have mentioned before, if you look at your die cuts, you'll see that there's clearly like a good side and a bad side. One just looks nicer than the other. Use the nicer side if you think about it. I'm gonna pop this on here. And again, I put my glue strategically, but some of it is gonna seep out a little bit no matter how little I put. So if you see that on the edge over here. So again, before I attach it, I would put the other, I would wipe it with that baby wipe or paper towel. I am now just going to put glue strategically here. And if I'm going too fast for you, it's the beauty of video really. You can pause it, you can replay it, you can watch it first and then go back and do the card. Whatever works best for you. That's the great thing about video. I use it with my students all the time because now they've got a pre-recorded lecture. They can go back, they can listen to it, they can stop where they were confused. They can re-listen to something or listen to the hint that I gave about the upcoming test. I mean, you never know. So it's a great thing, really. So feel free to stop, rewind. If you have questions, I don't really monitor the channel. So if you have questions, feel free to ask Christina or post it on the Facebook page. The next thing you saw, I did a little bit of tape and that's it. Voila, we're done. So here's our card ready to go. And again, you see me, I'm trying to see in the camera. You see that mine is maybe you can see like that, multi-dimensional because of it. But again, the more dimension you put in the card, the more it's gonna cost you to mail. So you can do it all flat and still get the same effect. You can raise it, get a little bit of a different effect, but still the same card. Feel free to use anything in your stamp stash for a sentiment. If you need a sentiment, contact Christina. Maybe she's got a stamp set that works for you. Alrighty, thank you for taking the class. Have a great rest of the day. I hope we see you again.